About Anna Curtin in for Deirdre Walsh this week. To get in touch with the programme, you can text 083 300 3300 or call us. We're on 066 712 3666. Jackie will take your calls. Another person got in contact and said some good news, in fact. A Listowel dancer, Sean Slemon, has won his second World Championship medal at Montreal. Now, I'm glad to say that he's back on terra firma in a dear old era, and he's here in studio with me, as is his proud dancing teacher, Jimmy Smith. You're both very welcome to the programme.
Thank you.
Now, Jimmy, I'll ask you a little bit about the World Championships first of all, right. And a little bit about, I suppose, the history of your involvement with them as well.
Well, I would have been taught dancing by Irene Gould, and she would have been taught dancing by Phil Cahill, and Phil Cahill would have been taught by the great Jerry Mulner from North Kerry. So the style has come down to us, and we've had numerous both All-Ireland winners and world champions. We've 10 world champions now in total, 10 world titles, which is great. And this all stems back from the great Jerry Mulner. He was born in 1883, and we continue that style of dance.
And what is different to his style than, we'll say, if the young people in Clare or in Dublin are learning their Irish dancing?
Well, he was a travelling dancing master, and I'm sure you would have had travelling dancing masters in Cork, mostly in Cork and Kerry. But he had a very unique style, and he was born in Gunsborough, near Listowel, about 5 miles from Listowel. And I can honestly say that has trickled down to Sean.
And tell me, Sean, congratulations on your win. This isn't your first win. Tell us about your Irish dancing career so far.
Well, I won in the Worlds in Boston.
In Boston?
2013.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is it like to dance against all these other excellent Irish dancers? You're at the top of your game. Is it nerve-wracking?
Yeah.
And how do you get a control of your nerves? How do you overcome them?
Yeah.
I suppose, like any professional or anyone who's very committed to their career, we'll call it, you've put in a lot of practice.
Yeah.
How many times a week would you practice?
Well, I go into gym Monday, not really Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe Friday.
So that's nearly five days a week.
5 days a week,
and that
every day as well, I'd say, practicing.
And that, exactly, I was going to say, so that you might be in with Jimmy for an hour, but you obviously are practicing at home as well. And do you dance around school and things like that?
Yeah.
Are you? They know, they see you coming. They're saying, "Oh, there's Sean. He's dancing again. Get out of his way." What age are you now?
12.
12. And what age were you when you began dancing?
5.
5. Okay. And you love it, obviously.
Yeah.
And does anyone else in your family partake?
Leah,
that's your sister.
And Aaron, Sophie used to as well.
Okay. And are you the best of them? You're being you're being very nice about it. I'd say you probably are, and I'm sure they're all very proud of you as well, and your parents as well.
Yeah.
Did your parents Irish dance when they were young?
Mum, yeah, my mum did.
Yeah, so she obviously liked it and thought it was something that you might like as well.
Yeah, well, I taught her mother as well.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Taught her mother. She was a lovely dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's in the family.
So you brought it from your mum?
Yeah.
How about your dad? Is he any good?
He used to do set dancing.
Oh, very good. So both sides. So you're bound to be a world champion then, with such good breeding.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Jimmy, how many children have you taught Irish dancing to over the years? In the hundreds, thousands, probably.
Thousands. Yeah. Yeah.
How did you get into it yourself?
Well, my sister was going to dancing, and my mother said, "Will you take him away with you?
Yeah.
Get me out of her hair for the day, you know." And I could dance, and Irene could see that I could dance, I suppose, and I suppose I had the talent for it, or I was fairly handy at it, and it's like a disease, really. There's no cure for it once you get the bug.
Yeah, it's in you, and that's
It's
it.
in you, and you have it for the rest of your life.
And tell me, when you were first learning to dance, was it a thing that young boys used to do? You know, was it a common thing, or you know, were you kind of different in that?
No, I don't think so, because North Kerry has a great tradition of boys and men dancing. I met all Molyneux's pupils that he taught. I never met Molyneux, but I met his pupils, and it was all men. I could name them all for you. John McCarthy, Jory Nolan, and Paddy White. They're all dead and gone now.
Yeah. And when you started your Irish dance, what age were you when you were dragged along by your sister?
I was 6.
You were 6.
I was 6.
So you were dancing your whole life almost.
My whole life. Of course, I danced with the National Folk Theatre as well, James Satiri, you know.
Yeah.
I danced, and I worked with Father Pat Aaron for over 30 years, and we travelled the globe.
And that's what I was going to say next, and Sean is starting now. I mean, it's giving such opportunity for travel and to see the world.
Exactly. Yeah, we have Patrick O'Mahony. You know, Patrick was our first All-Ireland winner, and Patrick is travelling at the moment with Riverdance. And he every time he comes home, then he'll call into the class to me, you know, and tis a bug.
And up until, I mean, Riverdance, it was celebrated there just last week with the 60th anniversary of the Eurovision. Again, it was performed at this great concert in London. And another Kerry Irish dancer, Tomás O'Shea, was performing at that.
Yes, he's our dancer as well.
He's also you have all the best of them sewn up.
Yeah, and it's mostly all boys.
Yes.
And as I said, it was going back over the years from Jerry Molyneux's time. It seemed to be all men.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, well, it's a good thing that it wasn't something seen, you know, because sometimes you have the macho culture that can put young guys off, you know, dancing as a hobby or, you know, as a career.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you're good at it, and it gives you such great opportunities to travel the world, Sean, and see places and be places that a lot of your friends at school probably won't get to see for another good few years.
Yeah, well, it was lovely to see Tomás O'Shea after winning an All-Ireland in football, to get up there on the table and start dancing.
Yeah.
You know, we got a great kick out, and he promoted Irish dancing.
Well, exactly, that's what I was going to say,
you know,
because he's a well-known Kerry man now promoting Irish dancing, and his love for it is very obvious, and he's obviously some man to be able to balance the two as well. I
think dancing is his first love.
Yeah. You're hoping so, anyway.
No, I know that. He's told me that. Yeah.
Okay. And I want to go back to the Riverdance thing, because Riverdance really brought Irish dancing to a whole different level. As in, it gave opportunity for Irish dancers to go and become professional and to get paid to do their Irish dancing, aside from teaching it. You know, it was kind of the first big drive of it. I know it would have been performed before that, obviously, like with the likes of the National Folk Theatre, but on a bigger scale.
Yes, well, of course, I think Flatley started moving his body and moving his hands, and it actually did the full circle, because that's what Molyneux used to.
Okay.
Yes.
So Molyneux was the first Flatley, the first Lord of the Dance.
Molyneux was definitely the first Flatley.
Yeah. And what do you think of that more fluid, carefree style, as opposed to the strict, you know, hands by your side, straight back, straight face kind of?
Well, I'm not sure how that came in, because it wasn't Molyneux style. And he would have moved his hands, and I said, as he would have moved his body as well. It was a way of attracting, we'll say, the opposite sex. No?
Yeah.
And
a mating call.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what's your take then on, you know, the feshes? This is more for the girls, I suppose, but the wigs and the hair, the makeup and all this kind of presentation, because people often, I suppose, have a problem with younger children being made up to such an extent. Surely, if, you know, the dancing should speak for itself. Obviously, you want to look well as well.
Yeah, of course. Well, I that was the mothers. The mothers, it was the mothers that did that, not the teachers.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, when I'm out there adjudicating, I go for style, I go for the feet, I go for the the way they place their feet. I go for the style. I don't go for the way they're dressed. And most of adjudicators would be like that.
And is it just figure dancing that you would teach? Do you teach set dancing or any other types of Irish dancing?
Well, when you say figure dancing, no,
was it the solo dancing?
I would teach. When you're a teacher, you have to be able to teach figure and solo and Cayley.
Okay, so a wide variety. And what's your own favourite? What's your own favourite?
I love Cayley, but I love solo as well. And especially when you have a talent like Sean, you know, and see them getting up and performing, and you can feel very proud, especially when you're from Kerry.
Now, I want to ask you again about the World Championships, which were in Montreal last week, and you're just back. You're got over the jet lag. It's a movable feast. We were speaking earlier on the phone, Jimmy, that it's on in a different city every year, which is a great opportunity for travel. But you believe that it should be on in Ireland?
Oh, it should be on in Ireland, because most of the American teachers that I've spoken to, their children that they teach there, they want to qualify to go to the world, but they want to dance in Ireland. Now, for the last 6 or 7 years, it hasn't been on in Ireland. And those kids have never danced in Ireland. Those children from America and Australia and Canada and all over the world, they really want to dance in Ireland. They don't want to dance.
The home of
come back here to their roots, and they want to dance in Ireland.
And obviously, it would be a great, let's talk commercially, money spinner and a great source of income for wherever it would be held in Ireland, whether it was Dublin or Kerry or wherever. But I guess if you look at it on the flip side, it's a way of promoting it all over the world if it's on in different countries every year.
Well, exactly. And I think Mulno did that as well. Mulno, there was people that learned dancing from Mulno, and they went out to America and they taught in San Francisco. And one girl now that I know, her father would have been taught by Mulno, and he emigrated to San Francisco, and he's teaching, and she's still teaching there, you know. So Irish dancing has gone all over the globe. It's gone very big in Russia.
Really?
Oh, it's gone very big in Russia.
And why do you think that?
When it's out.
I would just think...
Is it a commercial thing or is it...
No, I don't think it's a commercial thing. I think they all recognise they all recognise the talent that's in it. They can see like the rhythm and the music, and it's not just about the dance, it's about the music, about the culture, it's about the passion that...
And the discipline.
And the discipline that you'd have to have for it.
Yeah. Sean, what's the next competition for you now? Are you in training already?
The Irish Nationals
and
next month.
Next month. And you've had success at them before as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll be hoping to retain a few titles.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, look, Sean, the very best of luck and congratulations, and it's lovely to meet you in person. And you too, Jimmy, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much, thank you.
And I'm sure we'll be hearing more successes from your school of dancing, of Irish dancing in the future.
Hopefully.
That's Jimmy Smith there, and Sean Slemon.